Hello Techies, welcome back to our channel UiPath by Sujita. In this session, we are going to see an introduction about UiPath Studio. If you are a beginner to UiPath Studio, to UiPath technology, you have to see this video completely until the end so that this half an hour is very useful for you in future when you start developing automations. Okay. So before doing that, I would request you to please do subscribe our channel for more videos, and please give a like if you like the videos, and share your comments and suggestions in the comments box as well. And please share with your friends and colleagues too about this channel. So let's move on. So our topic is UiPath Studio Introduction. Okay, we'll give you a high level overview keeping the beginners in mind. Okay. So let us go to UiPath Studio. So this is how the studio looks like, and we have, if you notice here, we have home, design and debug. 3 tabs are available. Let us start one by one. So let me click on this home. So this has navigated us to the backstage view. Okay. So this is called the backstage view, where you can see the complete information about your studio, the licensing and all. And you could see few options available here. Let us go one by one. Open. So open is self-explanatory. When we click on open, it is asking us which file needs to be opened. So open, we can use it to open our already previously existed projects or templates, right? Now let us see the close. Close will close this, and let us go to start. So start is a page where we can open our already previously existing projects, or the recently opened projects, or the new projects, or any new templates, right? So this is how it is. Next, going to tools, we have an option. This is very important one. We have this tools option here, which helps us in getting the applications such as UI Explorer, project dependencies and repair tool for Studio, along with the UI extensions option here to install or uninstall different web or web applications, say Chrome or Edge and other applications like Java, Silverlight, all this, right? So this is how we can enhance the experience of UiPath Studio development, right? So let us move on to the plugins. Plugins, it will help us in to enable or disable source control and test automation plugins. So access tools that enhance your experience with Studio. So this is the main main role of tools, right? Apps, UiPath extensions and plugins. So next, move on to templates. Templates, create a new project based on a template. So when we are going to start a new project, templates is what we can use to maintain the the same. If suppose 2 or 3 persons working on the same project, if you have the same template, same kind of structured project template, so it will be easy for you to integrate your work once it is done before you move this to production, publish this to production, right? So this helps you in providing a predefined structure to your project. So there are multiple templates which are already available, and you can also create your own template based on your organizational needs. So you can see those templates, recently used templates and the already existing templates in the UiPath Studio from templates page here. Next, go to team. So this is the place where it is shared with your team, internal team in the sense in your organization. So see, you might have known about this Git. So the versioning and all can be shared with your team using this option here. Next, settings. We have multiple options here in settings, which changes the look and feel of the studio, sets the global preferences and manage activities package resources. Okay, So there are, see, in general we have multiple options here. Even in design also we can change our what to say, the classic look or the modern look of the project, so that based on the selection which what you have given, it will provide the relevant activities and the functionalities in your designer panel. So this is how we can change, or we can navigate the switch from one theme to another theme. Next, location also, we can provide our the project templates URL and the other URLs as well, the location path where to save and all, right, or to publish and all. So manage sources also is available here. This is where from where we can get the packages and all, right. So in licensing also we can change our profile, studio profile, from Studio X, Studio Pro, Studio, right. So from this place. So this is a high overview on this. Next, move on to help. Directs you to product documentation, result notes, release notes and all, online resources like the community forum or RP Academy and all. This is where you can also access a quick tutorial that helps you learn the basics of creating, publishing and running an automation. To ensure the tutorial is completed successfully, we recommend that you pause the tutorial before making any changes to the workflow outside those highlighted in the. So when you are going through this quick tutorial, please be mindful to pause it when if you want to try anything. Okay. So as a beginner, it is always advisable to go through this quick tutorial. Okay. So let's this that's all about the backstage view. Let's move on to the design panel. So I have already provided a video which is very explanatory in terms of this options which are provided in the design ribbon. Okay. So on a high level we have this design page, design tab, which helps us in adding sequences, flowcharts, state machines to your project, right, using this new and all to save or what to say, to export it as an template or to debug and all, right. Also it is used to install and manage activities packages using this manage activities, manage packages option, and build interactions with UI elements, export workflows and all, right. So we have multiple options to build UI automations, UI interactions as well. And also there is an option to publish our code to orchestrator or custom feeds, right. And one small note here is please keep this in mind, that the UI Explorer wizard will not be available here until and unless you import this UI automation.activities package. Okay. So that's a high level overview on this, and let us move on to the debug part. Debug part, as you are aware, debug part, this particular option tab contains multiple options, functionalities, which helps us while we debug our workflow, while using debugging tools to set breakpoints, monitor the execution of activities step by step, and adjust the debugging speed. Okay. Also, see, we can go for slow step and all. Not only that, it helps us in directly jumping to the logs path. Okay. So this is how we can enable it is enhancing our debugging functionality, okay, experience. Now this is enough. If you want to know in depth about this, please watch our debugging functionalities video. Let's move on to the design page back. Okay. And then we have something called title bar. If you see here, there are multiple options, but it is of no, not the mandatory ones to know, but we'll let you know about this on a high level. So there is something called send feedback. So inside this we have some two options: submit an idea for the product and report a bug. So you can use this to send your feedback. Both are accessible from the ribbon by clicking the icon. Okay. So this is a self-explanatory one where we can send our feedback to UiPath support team. Okay, right. Let us move on to the next one. We have something called help here. So we can use this to quickly access the resources that are also available in help tab in backstage view. Okay, from here also we can use this. And then we have something called open command palette here. Just click on this. Okay, see there are few options here. Go to file, universal search, add activity, jump to activity. So this is a command palette where we can use this. There are shortcuts also available here which will enhance our automation experience. Let us go one by one also here. So let us go to add activity. So when you click on add activity, it is automatically providing this different activities available here. If you start typing something, it will show you the activity. Okay, when I click on this, see it is fetching here and displaying all the available activities. Also, we can use this plus symbol in any of the workflow files to open this the same. Let me go to this. Yeah, right, the same one can be accessible using add activity here or Control Shift E. Okay, so next move on to the universal search. We have another one called universal search, which is enables you to find snippets, activities, variables, arguments, imports, project dependencies and files in your current project. So this returns results from all the workflow files, including files that are closed. Okay, universal search, right? It is not only searching in the current file, but on the entire project. Okay, now let's move on to the next option, that is jump to activity. Jump to activity. It helps find and focus specific activities in large workflow files. There is jump to, yes. Okay, so see it is showing all the files available in this project. Okay, next go to file. Where is it? Yes, this searches and opens the files part of the current project folder. Files are opened in the designer panel in the studio, while other files such as screenshots or Excel files are opened with their respective default application on your machine, right? And then double click or press. See, I'm just double clicking so that it is getting open. Okay, or press the enter. That's it about this title bar. Next, let's move on to this. See, here we have project activity snippets. Then let me give you, let me highlight this. So we have seen this so far, right? Now we are going to see about this projects part, right? This part now. Okay, let's learn in deep about this part now. We have multiple panels available here: project panel, activities panel, snippets panel. Let's go one by one. First, project panel. The project panel enables you to manage project files, dependencies and configure project settings. See, there are dependencies and the project files, right, to configure the project. Okay, and one more thing is like activities panel here. Let us move on to the activities panel, and in project we can just right click and go to multiple options here. When you see this, there are multiple options here. Let us learn one by one later, but on a high level overview, I'm just giving introduction of each and every concept in UiPath Studio. So let's move on to the activities panel now. So activities panel is the one which shows all the available activities that can be added to the current flow. Okay, based on the dependencies which are available here, means what all packages been installed or tagged configured to the project, the relevant activities will be visible over here in the activities panel. Okay, so you can just search, even though you don't know about the activity name, you can just search for a keyword and you'll come to know all the relevant activities. So when you mouse over to this, it will give you a high level note saying what it is used for exactly. So based on that, you can decide which one is apt to your need in the workflow. And you can just use drag and drop option to drag the required activities to your designer panel. I mean to say to your workflow. Right? Now let us move on to the snippets. Snippets 1. Okay. So this panel enables us to easily reuse the automations. So there is an option called add folder here. So we can use this and select the directory. So I mean select the project from the local directory so that we can reuse it, right? So that's it about this particular panels, project, activities and snippets. Now let's move on to the designer panel. Where is the designer panel? The designer panel is where we are going to design our automation. So it's nothing but this one, right? So there are multiple options available on the designer panel. Say it helps us in displaying our current automation project, enables us to make changes to it, okay, and provides a quick access to variables, arguments and imports in it, right? So we can navigate to all of this imports from designer panel. Now there is something called context menus. Just right click on any of the activities which are available here and you'll get to know about the context menu. There are multiple options available here which can be performed on each and every activity, right? And not only that, while you are doing your automation, say for example, let me drag and drop an activity. See, message. See, it is automatically expanding, right? So it is showing some plus symbol to add your activities, right? And also it will teach us, it will warn us if we miss out something, okay? See, it is telling like you missed sending some text here. So that way it will help us, guide us while we missed out something. So this is the most important functionality which is available here. So there will be an error icon which is displayed, also a warning icon for all its parent activities, okay? So this is the most helpful one. And also we have something called here some activate pan mode. By clicking this, we can hold the space key or press the middle mouse button. See here, this one. Let me. So this is how we can use this activate pan mode. And then we have something called this fit to screen, which changes the zoom in such a way that the whole workflow fits in the designer panel. So let me fit this, see, okay. So there are multiple options available, right? And also we have a resetting option available here, right? So it's awesome experience if you start developing your bots using UiPath Studio. And let us move on to this part. So we have covered the upper ribbon, next projects, activities and snippets panels, and then the designer panel. Now let us move on to the right hand side available options. Don't worry about each and everything in detail. We'll cover all those things in separate videos, but on a high level, just remember that these and all are present in UiPath Studio. When time comes, you have to remember like this option is available, so that we'll get to know about that and we can use it, right? So for that purpose, this video is. Now let us move on to the properties panel. See here we have something called properties panel. It enables you to view and change the properties of a selected activity. Let me select this activity and see there are multiple options available here, properties available here, which enhances this particular activity, right? So there are few common properties and few are specific to the particular activity which are available in the properties panel. Next, we have something called output panel. This is where we can get the result using the log messages or write line. We have a log message and write line activities, right? Let me show you that. Log message, yes. And also we have something called write line. So whatever text or whatever data we use here in write line or log message, along with that the execution inbuilt steps and all will be displayed here once you execute your workflow. Okay, so one more thing here is the outline. Okay, so there is a panel, outline panel, which displays the project hierarchy. So if you see here, it is showing all the activities available, right? So, and all the available nodes as well. Okay, so let me just show you this write line, log message. I have given all this right in my designer panel, in my workflow, main workflow. So the same thing being displayed over here. Okay, you can highlight activities in this panel. Say suppose I just selected log message, this been selected. Now let me go for send hotkey, it is getting selected. Okay, you can highlight activities in this panel by selecting them in the designer panel, or you can go to a specific activity by selecting it in the outline panel. So these are the main important panels which you need to know before you start your basic starting your hello world automation. Okay, so one final thing what I would like to show you is we can have multiple debugging panels. For example, okay, let me give something here. Okay, test. Okay, so let me save this and let me start the debugging. I should give. Okay, so we have something called locals, watch, immediate. Okay, so these are the debugging panels where we have we can watch our values in different variables and how it is going on, the execution is going on. Okay, we will discuss about this in our coming videos. But on a high level, just remember that there are multiple panels available, not multiple, very few panels available which enhances your debugging experience too. But before that, you just keep in mind about the available designer panels so that you can start working for a simple automation process. Okay, so that's all for today's session. If you like this video, please give a like symbol and share with your friends and colleagues too. And for more videos, please subscribe our channel, and this will definitely encourage me to come up with new working sessions and with new content related to UiPath. Okay, so thank you so much for your support so far, and meet you through our next videos. Till then, please keep watching our videos. Happy learning and happy automation. Bye bye.